Hello, in this video I'm continuing with the previous series and I'm going to revisit some of the memorials to show the multiple layers of information. So in the first one I mentioned the Anzac Memorial in Hyde Park in Sydney having a reflection pool of 72 feet wide, and I showed how the units break down and then reflect back onto Pythagorean tuning systems, metrology of sun, earth and moon, and fundamental geometry and so on. But in the previous episode I focused on 288 feet and touched on the fact that there are 108 windows in the dome of the Capitol building. I've been focusing on the measurement systems, but I also mentioned there are multiple layers, and underneath the dome we see the apotheosis of George Washington, which has 72 small little pentagrams around the outside. So 72 being a harmonic number. But also I mentioned the Anzac Memorial in Sydney having a 72-foot wide reflection pool, and we see the statue called Sacrifice in the Anzac Memorial. And of the small arrays on the inside there are 72 of them again. There are layers upon layers, so the metrology is like a very solid way of observing, comparing and measuring, which makes it testable. And here's a video. I'm from Sydney myself, so I've been able to visit this site a few times. If you also pay attention to the shield, the eagle might interest some, and also the three ladies, which is meant to represent mother, wife and daughter. These three ladies are actually goes back to ancient Greek times, and it's not as clear cut as what most of the literature would suggest. There's a whole other set of connections and meanings in there, but we can see how going to 72 and following it along across the chart here, how it connects to various modern but also arcane system of measures directly to the sun and the moon, the Vesica Pisces, the hexagon, the pentagon slash pentagram, phi, platonic solids, and also through religious texts and mythology and so forth. So Parliament House in Canberra, just like the Capitol building in Washington, this is the centre of the geometry of the capital city, and that's the very centre of Parliament House we're looking up. And as we look towards the roof we see this glass pyramid which is underneath the pyramidal flagpole. Now this is some footage from the top of Parliament House in Canberra, and as I move around we're going to have a look at the pyramid itself. There are many other smaller ones and I'll show how they all interconnect later through number, but this is the central pyramid itself. And any moment now I'll turn the camera up to the underneath of the flagpole, and what you will see there is the Templar cross, which is formed by a 24-pointed star. In some previous videos I've shown how to draw that, but also how it connects to time and clock making. A pendulum, you can like literally make a clock from it with a piece of string and a weight, a pendulum. Parliament House in Canberra. So here we see like two views, from underneath the pyramid and a view from the top looking at the pyramid. For those who are familiar with Scott Onstott or Randall Carlson and other researchers, the Louvre pyramid in Paris, you might start to see how there's a similarity between these. Now, the pyramid itself there are 32 rectangles per side, but the triangles on the side suggest that what the true unit is in these pyramids, and it's so we do have 32 rectangles. That's one layer, and that brings us to C. Also we see how important 32 is in weights and measures, and I've mentioned it, how it connects to Freemasonry and the number 33. And 72 pyramids per side, touching back on the Washington and the Hyde Park Memorial. 288 in total. So here's another layer, another level. It's more than metrology, it's also in units of Windows units, etc. Thank you. Have a good one.